Hello and welcome to Soul Truth 1111. Oh my goodness, I just dropped something. Sorry. I hope you guys are doing great. This is a twin flame collective reading for the masculine and feminine. On this side we have the mental and physical. On this side, mental and physical for the feminine. This is the divine masculine, divine feminine. Up here we have the emotional and then spiritual. Emotional and spiritual for the divine masculine and feminine. In the middle here, we got quite a few cards in the whole reading. Spirit really has a lot to say. This is for the overall reading. I'll leave the cards that I'm using in the description box along with the background music. And feel free to donate if you have been blessed by any of my readings. I have now a PayPal donation email there for you if that's what you want to do, or you can email me at info@soultruth1111.com to book a reading. The readings are also there, or if you have a specific question that you want asked, I can also do that. Okay, let's get into the reading. There's a lot going on for the divine masculines and feminines. The first card, I know you may not be able to see all the cards, but I ask for 2, and sometimes Spirit just really just gives me a direction to go in, and I just allow that to happen. So for the first card, I got rebuild for the masculines in the mental space. I hope you can see that. There's a major glare. But what I'm getting from this is that he's becoming very aware, he or she. However this resonates, please take each card as it resonates to your own divine journey. But revelation and just awareness in the relationship from the core. I believe that in his mental state, he's really thinking that this needs to take place because there's been so much hurt, there's been so much damage that has been caused, and so much to overcome, not just from past lives and not just from things that we've had to heal from our childhood, but actual current, cheating or what have you, or lies or deception. And I really feel that the divine masculines are knowing that this rebuild and there's a collapse of the relationship as it is. Not that we could ever be separated, but there is, healing that really needs to take place and at the core. So that's what I'm getting from this. He is aware that he's done some damaging things to the feminine, he or she, as this resonates. Currently and mentally, he's feeling alone and abandoned, insecure, and unsupported by the feminine, because she's kind of finding her strength right now. I hope you can see this. I may have to turn the light up for the next video, but so he's feeling a little bit I feel that the divine is really trying to get to the core of the masculine, to heal this this area, because until we heal within ourselves and we continue to rely on our counterpart, whether it's divine masculine or feminine, we can't come into union. We have to have love, divine love for ourselves. And I think he's in a place where he's feeling abandoned, and this has to be healed, because he's using other things to fill this void. And he's even used the feminine oftentimes to fill this void. Instead of walking into union, he'll come and go and come and go, and he knows that this has caused a lot of pain, and this needs to be rebuilt from the core, because it's been really damaging. That's what I meant by healing things that have recently happened or occurred during the relationship, or being awakened to being the twin flame during that time. Healing the sacral chakra, sorry. So what I'm getting from this is deep emotions, desires and creativity and sexuality. This chakra needs to be healed too, and this is a big part of what needs to be healed and what's causing a lot of pain in the divine connection are stored. So the masculines are going through some deep healing. If they're not now, they will be, because the divine is pulling the feminines away so that this can occur. And that's why they're feeling abandoned. So that union can happen. The divine wants union to happen, and he's trying to get us aligned and balanced. And a lot of times facing abandonment and facing, these feelings of being alone can be really fearful, and we'll try and avoid dealing with it and mask those areas so that we don't have to feel them because they're uncomfortable. So that's mental. Physical, changing times. So the divine is dealing with the masculine in the area of ego and conflict and challenging and competition in relationships, and just feeling like this twin flame connection, I think, is a competition. Like it's you against me kind of thing. And shedding the ego and realizing that if he hasn't realized, he will realize during this stage of healing the abandonment and all that, and shedding the ego, that we're not in competition. We love, and we're trying to be, or have tried to be, that mirror. And we haven't always mirrored perfectly, but we're human, and we're all learning. So there's grace for all of us in that. That was the first physical card. The second card I have for physical is embrace. Achieve and welcome, appreciate dreams and wholeness and contentment. So what I'm getting from this is the divine masculines need to embrace this and welcome and appreciate these changes and this healing, because it's going to lead to a beautiful life and a beautiful union if you allow and embrace the divine and allow him, surrender to the divine and embrace what he's doing, and embrace what he's doing in the divine feminine, instead of fight it will be a blessing to you. That's really what I'm feeling from this. Embrace where you're at, and allow the divine to do that deep healing in the core, to the core, in the roots of the divine partnership. Next card I have for the physical is the throat chakra. So I'm really feeling that either communication has stopped or the divine masculine desires to communicate, but in the physical, but there's these things that need to be healed first. There's a desire there, and but there's things that need to be healed in order for union to happen, in order for this communication to happen. But it can also be on its way. So however this resonates to you. And another thing I feel I need to say about these changes, that it depends on us how fast we surrender, how fast we give in and embrace to the divine, is how fast union happens. And you know, it depends on, are we willing to do the work? Are we willing to go through that healing? Are we willing to heal the abandonment issues and realize that our divine counterpart loves us unconditionally, and they don't want to hurt us, but they don't want to be hurt either? And find that balance of appreciating each other, even in our communication, or even in lack of communication. Okay, so moving on, excuse me, to the mental and physical of the divine feminine. This is the first card for the mental, and I'm getting control. What I'm getting from this is the feminines are really coming into having control in their life. They're mastering, they're mastering just being the divine feminine.